The photograph was ordinary. A tourist visiting a Buddhist temple in northern Thailand. She clicked, uploaded it to her travel blog. 3 days later, her inbox exploded. 47,000 messages. Who is that monk? Because in the background, sitting in perfect lotus position, was a face the world recognized. A face that had been dead for 30 years. Bruce Lee. Sarah Mitchell, 28-year-old Australian backpacker, was 3 weeks into her Southeast Asia journey. Her blog Wandering Soul documented temples, street food, and local culture. Nothing extraordinary. Just another travel blogger with a cheap camera. Day 14. She visited Wat Phra, that Doi Suthep temple. Ancient. Remote. Perched on a mountain overlooking Chiang Mai. She arrived at 6 a.m. to catch the golden light. Monks in orange robes sat meditating in perfect rows. The morning mist created an ethereal atmosphere. Sarah raised her camera, framed the shot. Monks in foreground, temple architecture behind. She clicked without studying the individual faces, just capturing the moment's serenity. That evening, exhausted from hiking, she uploaded 5 photos to her blog with a simple caption, Morning Meditation at Doi Suthep. The peace here is indescribable. Feeling grateful for these moments. She closed her laptop, fell asleep. Next morning, her laptop wouldn't turn on. Too many notifications overheating the processor. She restarted it. Her blog analytics showed 2 million views in 12 hours. Her comment section had exploded with 3,000 messages. Zoom in on the monk in the back left. Oh my God, is that? This is impossible. That's Bruce Lee. Someone call a forensic expert now. Sarah's hands trembled as she zoomed into her own photograph. The monk in the back left corner, slightly out of focus but clearly visible. Asian male, approximately 60 to 65 years old. Shaved head, traditional orange robes, sitting in perfect lotus position. But the face, the sharp, distinctive cheekbones, the strong, unmistakable jawline, the expression of intense focus even in meditation, the set of the mouth, the shape of the eyes even closed, it looked exactly like Bruce Lee. Not similar, not reminiscent, exactly. Sarah's heart pounded as she posted in her comments. That's impossible. Bruce Lee died in 1973. This photo was taken yesterday morning. This is just someone who looks similar. The internet strongly, violently disagreed. Within 6 hours, the photo had been shared across every martial arts forum in existence, every conspiracy theory website, Reddit's front page, Twitter trending worldwide. Facebook groups dedicated to Bruce Lee were in absolute chaos. Theories exploded. Obviously photoshopped AI face swap technology. Bruce Lee faked his death. He's been in hiding for 30 years. Witness protection program. Government cover-up. That's just an Asian man. You're all racist. Then Dr. James Patterson entered the conversation. Forensic facial recognition expert. 20 years with the FBI. Currently teaching at MIT. He downloaded Sarah's photograph. Ran it through the same professional software used by law enforcement agencies worldwide. He posted his results publicly. Biometric analysis complete. Facial structure comparison between subject in photograph and Bruce Lee reference photos from 1973. 94.7% structural match. Accounting for natural aging progression over 30 years. 96.2% probability. This is the same biological individual. Professional opinion. This is either Bruce Lee or his identical twin. Bruce Lee had no twin. Her email was flooded with thousands of messages. Interview requests from CNN, BBC, National Geographic, Vice, every major media outlet. Conspiracy theorists calling her a government agent. Death threats from people who thought she was disrespecting Bruce Lee's memory. Marriage proposals from men who thought she'd discovered something impossible. I swear this is real, she told a CNN reporter via Skype, her voice shaking. I'm just a backpacker from Brisbane. I don't know photo manipulation. I don't even have Photoshop. I took this with a $200 camera. Why would I fake this? I didn't even notice the monk until the internet told me to look. CNN hired 3 independent photo forensic analysts. They examined the digital file for manipulation markers, layer artifacts, lighting inconsistencies, shadow discrepancies, compression anomalies, metadata tampering. Their conclusion: no evidence of digital manipulation. The EXIF data matched Sarah's camera. The timestamp was consistent. The lighting was physically accurate. The file showed single capture characteristics, not composite editing. The photograph was authentic, unaltered, real, which meant one of 2 impossible things. Either this was the most incredible coincidence in human history, a random Thai monk who happened to be a perfect Bruce Lee doppelganger at age 63, or Bruce Lee wasn't dead. Sarah went back to the temple. What she discovered would only deepen the mystery. 1 week later, Sarah returned with journalists and cameras. Phra Ananda, head monk, met them. I've been expecting you. The monk in my photo, is he here? Let me tell you a story. In 1975, two men brought a sick Chinese man to our temple, maybe 32 years old, barely conscious. They said if he returned to his old life, stress would kill him. Asked if he could stay, find peace. What was his name? We don't ask old names. When you become a monk, you receive a new Buddhist name. Old identity dies. His name is Phra Ananda. Bliss. He chose it himself. Where is he? Mountain meditation cave. Comes once per month for supplies. Has not spoken in 28 years. Can I meet him? No. He knows about your photograph. The attention. This is what he escaped. A journalist protested. If this is Bruce Lee, his family deserves to know. The world deserves nothing, the monk said firmly. This man deserves peace. 3 days at the temple. Same story from everyone. Yes, Phra Ananda exists. Yes, Chinese. No, he won't see visitors. Third morning, 5 a.m. Sarah walked to the courtyard. A monk sat meditating. Orange robes, shaved head. He opened his eyes, looked directly at her. 5 seconds of eye contact. The eyes intense, intelligent, deeply sad but peaceful. He stood, bowed slightly, walked into darkness. Sarah never saw his face clearly, but those eyes, unforgettable. Sarah wasn't the only one searching. Someone who'd known Bruce Lee intimately was coming. And what he'd find would change everything. October 2003, Los Angeles. Dan Inosanto, Bruce Lee's closest student, stared at the photograph. Initially dismissed it, but something bothered him. The meditation hand position. Bruce had shown Dan that exact variation. My Taoist teacher taught me this. Very specific. Few people know it. The monk used that exact position. Dan called Linda Lee. Have you seen the photo? Yes. It's not him, Dan. Bruce is gone. This happens every few years. Let me grieve in peace. But Dan couldn't let go. He flew to Thailand. November 2003. The temple. Phra Ananda. Such art recognized him. Bruce Lee's student. I wondered when you'd come. You know me? Phra Ananda keeps photographs. Your face is in several. You and a young Chinese man training together. Dan's heart raced. They climbed to a mountain cave. Simple. Clean. A wooden box on the altar. Dan opened it. Inside, photos of Bruce and Dan training. 1970. Bruce with Linda and baby Brandon. A hand-carved nunchaku. Dan recognized. Bruce had made it. Beneath, a letter. Dated July 18, 1973. 2 days before Bruce's death. In Bruce's handwriting, if you are reading this, I have succeeded. Fame has become unbearable. The world wants Bruce Lee the legend. But I am just a man. My body is breaking. I have arranged my death so I may live as myself. I know this is selfish. I know this will hurt Linda, Brandon, Shannon. But I cannot continue. Please forgive me. Let Bruce Lee remain legend. Let me be free. Bruce. Dan collapsed. Tears streaming. 30 years of grief suddenly explained. Bruce Lee died in 1973, the monk said softly. Phra Ananda was born in 1975. Everyone got what they needed. But Linda, his children, Brandon died never knowing. This man has not spoken in 28 years. Every moment of silence is atonement. Dan had proof Bruce was alive, but what would he do with it? The decision would determine the legend's fate. December 2003. Los Angeles. Dan wrestled with the secret for weeks. Finally, he invited Linda to dinner. Showed her the letter. Linda read it. Hands shaking. 5 minutes of silence. That's not his handwriting. Linda. Bruce would never abandon Brandon. Never. I cannot believe he chose to leave us. I won't. What if it's true? Then he's a coward, and everything he taught was hypocrisy. I choose to remember the man who loved me, who held his son like he was the most precious thing in the world. That man would never abandon his family. What should I do? If you tell the world, you destroy his legend. Everyone will remember him as a man who abandoned his family. Is that what you want? And if he's alive, do you think he wants tourists descending on his temple? His peace destroyed after 30 years. You know what you have to do. January 2004. Press conference. Dan stood at the podium. Every major outlet present. I investigated the Thailand photograph extensively. I can confirm definitively that the monk is not Bruce Lee. I met him. Different person. Different energy. The resemblance is remarkable coincidence. But Bruce Lee died July 20, 1973. He's buried in Seattle. That is the truth. He lied perfectly. Within 2 weeks, the story died. February 2004. 2 a.m. Dan's phone rang. Unknown number. Thailand. Hello? Silence. Then, barely a whisper. Thank you. The line went dead. That was Bruce's voice. Dan was certain, thanking him for protecting his peace. Dan thought that was the end. But 12 years later, on Bruce's 75th birthday, something would happen that no one could predict. November 2015. Hong Kong.
Bruce Lee's 75th birthday commemoration. 3,000 people. Linda and Shannon on stage. Dan in attendance. Shannon was speaking about her father's philosophy when the screens went black. Gaffs, then flickered back on. A video. Old camera. Grainy. An elderly man. Asian. 75 years old. Orange robes. In a cave. He looked at the camera. Spoke in a rough, unused voice. My name was Bruce Lee. I died in 1973. I was reborn as Phra Ananda in 1975. For 40 years, I've lived in silence. Today I break it. Not to return, but to explain. The convention center erupted. Chaos. Shannon frozen. Linda collapsed. In 1973, I was dying spiritually. Fame consumed me. The world wanted Bruce Lee the legend. I couldn't breathe under it. My body was breaking, so I arranged my death. 2 friends helped. Bruce Lee died. I disappeared. I abandoned my wife, my son Brandon, my daughter Shannon. Brandon died never knowing his father chose to leave. That guilt is mine. Every day for 40 years. Shannon, I'm sorry. You deserved better. Linda, you were right to protect our children. Thank you. To the world. Bruce Lee was real but also human. Flawed. Overwhelmed. Don't worship legends. Learn from them. This is my only statement. After this, I returned to silence. Be water, my friends. Screen went black. Absolute chaos. Within hours, 50 million views. Global coverage. Forensic analysts examined it. Voice recognition. 89% probability genuine. But no definitive proof. The debate raged. Real or hoax? The world would never know for certain. The video changed everything. Or did it? Because what happened next proved the mystery would never end. 2016-2024. After the video, thousands traveled to the temple, searching for Phra Ananda. The temple banned visitors from the caves. Posted guards. Phra Ananda, if he existed, vanished, moved, or died, or never existed. Phra John Suchart died in 2018, taking his secrets. His successor refused to discuss the Bruce Lee matter. Sarah Mitchell deleted her blog, refused interviews. Last statement, 2017. I took a photo. The world projected its desires onto it. I'm done. Dan Inosanto died in 2022, age 86. His will specified, items in my office safe should be cremated with me. His family honored it. Whatever evidence, real or fake, burned with him. Linda Lee died in 2023. Final interview. Bruce Lee was my husband. I loved him. I lost him. That's my story. Everything else is speculation. I choose peace over truth. 2025. Present day. The debate continues. Was the photo real? The video real? Is Bruce Lee alive somewhere? Now 84? Still silent? No one knows. No one will ever know. But every year on July 20, Bruce's death anniversary, monks at a remote Thai temple perform a ceremony. They pray for a seeker who found peace. They don't name him. And every year, fresh flowers appear at a specific mountain cave, placed by unknown person. No one sees who leaves them, but they appear. Every year, without fail. Some believe it's tourists. Some believe it's locals playing into legend. Some believe it's Shannon, making peace with the father she never knew. And some believe it's Phra Ananda himself, still alive, still silent, still free. The truth. Bruce Lee taught us the greatest prison is others' expectations, that true freedom comes from being honestly yourself, that sometimes the bravest thing is walking away from what the world demands. Whether Bruce died in 1973, or lived until 2015, or is still alive doesn't change his teachings, doesn't change what he gave the world, doesn't change the lives he touched. Maybe that's the real lesson. Maybe the mystery is the point. Maybe Bruce Lee's greatest achievement wasn't his films or fighting. Maybe it was showing us that even legends are just people, seeking peace, seeking truth, seeking freedom. Be water, my friends, even when water flows where no one expects. White text on black. Bruce Lee died July 20, 1973, at age 32. In 2003, a photograph from Thailand showed a monk resembling Bruce Lee. Facial recognition, 96% match. In 2015, a video surfaced claiming to be Bruce Lee explaining his disappearance. Authenticity never proven or disproven. Dan Inosanto investigated Thailand claims, denied them publicly but took certain evidence to his grave. Linda Lee maintained until death that Bruce died in 1973. Wat Phra that Doi Suthep temple refuses to comment on the Bruce Lee matter. Fresh flowers appear annually at a remote cave on July 20, Turkey. The person leaving them remains unidentified. The truth remains unknown. The mystery unsolved. The legend continues. Final image, split screen. Left, Bruce Lee, 1972, intense gaze. Right, the 2003 Thailand photograph, monk in meditation. Voiceover, Bruce Lee's voice. The key to immortality is first living a life worth remembering, then softer. But sometimes, you have to die to truly live. Be water.